Hey, Kathy. It's an old school episode.
I love it. I love
I
it.
know. I
We're
know.
talking food, wine, our favorite crime fiction, but the
I know.
books are our newest GOBrecs. So some old, some new.
Yeah, right. And maybe you should tell a little bit about the GOB Rex thing that we do in case
Well,
somebody doesn't
yeah.
know.
So, we're so lucky to get to talk to so many great authors on our Quirks and Conversation. And then on the side, you and I always talk about other books we're reading on top of our other Quirks and Conversation books. And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, like, I don't know, sometime last year, we started on our social media, including hashtag GOBrecs, which is Game of Books recommendations. And we've included everything from podcasts to streaming things to watch to books. And you know how much people love our giveaways, Christy.
Oh, they love them.
And so we started
I want
including,
them too,
I
but
know,
I can't,
because we're so lucky that all the publishers and the authors who come bring us extra copies to share with our listeners. And so we started including the GOB Rex in the giveaways a few months ago, and that's been, people really like it. And so we thought, well, we should be doing a podcast about our GOB Rex as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we want to talk about the books we're recommending.
I know. So, and we're talking about them on our own. That's the behind the scenes. So this is
Yes.
kind of a behind the scenes GOBrecs episode.
Yes.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And so today we've got some new books from old favorite authors.
It's funny because we've done a lot of GOBrecs that are authors that have been new to us.
Oh, Quirks and Conversations.
But even the GOBrecs.
Yeah. Okay. I get you.
They weren't necessarily our old tried and true favorites, but this month they are tried and true favorites.
They are tried and true.
So mine is John Grisham's latest, The Judge's List.
I love John Grisham too, but I haven't, I know you have
I love John Grisham, and I've loved his latest books so much. Camino Island and I just think his latest work is so great. And so he is one of my, I don't know, okay, it's not a handful, maybe 20 authors that the minute they have a new book out,
I know we're going to add to the list as we go along, but yes, I know what you mean. Yes.
So I see your author lurking over your shoulder.
Yes. I have Stephen King, which
as he does, he lurks.
Yes, he lurks. And his book is Billy Summers. And it's not like any of his other books. As a great writer does, things change. But anyway, let's talk about your book first.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the book, but one thing we're doing that is old school, right, is what we used to do a long time ago on our first episodes, we would truly pair books with food, wine to go along with the book.
And so it's perfect.
I know, we're doing it with our rec.
It's like for a book club, if you were going to do a book club, but we're doing our own little book club, and everybody out there can listen and get ideas.
Yeah. So should I talk about my food and wine pairing first?
Or talk about the food and wine first, because we, of course, want to start sipping or something.
Okay, fair. Okay. So I'm going to give nothing away in this book, but it does take place down south. There are thankfully many episodes or many instances of people enjoying a drink. And
really?
In the second chapter, they're enjoying a glass of Pinot Grigio. So I chose Sea Glass Pinot Grigio because it also takes place. This is actually a California wine, but I thought it looked like your area of the world.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I feel like that was like one of our early ones with Tracy down here. Was it Sea Glass? Because she does her beach books, but
I love it. So
it's a beachy wine.
So I'm here. So cheers. I'm having a Pinot Grigio.
And is it the book take place on the water or what?
It does. It takes place in Florida and Alabama, all this kind of a lot of southern states. It's in a lot of different locales.
Oh, cool.
And so, but in the second chapter, our protagonist and a very important character, an unnamed witness, share a glass of Pinot Grigio at a bar where the unnamed witness, well, she uses a fake name, spills this big story that she has about this, and it's about a judge who's killing
Everybody
people.
spills stories over wine.
I know,
mean,
right?
Honestly, that's
I know.
that's perfect.
Yeah. So I before I get into the book too much, I would pair it with fish tacos. That's what I would serve it with.
Yum.
I love a fish taco.
I do too.
So in the blog, as we send it out, I will share my favorite recipe for it.
Oh, cool.
But there is a lot of there's things happening at the Florida Keys. There's a scene where
Perfect.
Anyway, I don't want to give anything away.
Okay, so let me just ask you one question.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on.
Okay.
Is it corn tortillas or flour?
I don't know what the actual recipe calls for. But I have used both.
Okay.
Whatever little ones I have in my pantry is what I use.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, I prefer flour.
Yeah.
I know you're going to say corn, aren't you?
No. For the tacos, I kind of, for the soft tacos, I kind of like flour too.
I do too. I like the flour, but some people are real sticklers about the corn versus flour. I mean, but I don't know what the recipe calls for. I have to look, but I always use a little flour tortillas, but we have used the hard shell a few times, the corn ones when we were in a pickle.
Okay.
So
anyway, I'm just asking, I'm not going to premonition anything, but I might have a little tortilla involved in my story, but go on with yours. Yes.
Okay. Now
of course, we always seem to overlap even when we don't intend to.
We have not read each other's books, have we?
No.
Okay. So I'm telling you about this John Grisham book and you have not read it.
I have not. So why should I read it?
I'm going to sell it to you. Okay, first of all, John Grisham. Here's the thing about John Grisham. I feel like, and I'm not sure because I'm, a Midwestern girl, but I feel like it might be his Southern thing, but he's sneaky. Like he's sneaky. He starts in kind of slow. Do you know what I mean? Like he eases you into the story and you don't think too much is going on right away. And then all of a sudden you can't stop reading the thing.
Right.
Like he just kind of eases you in, I think. But
I don't think you should just put it on us Southerners. I think it's maybe it's lawyers.
It could be. Shoot, don't put that on us lawyers.
Sorry.
That's funny. Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you for some weird reason. I'm gonna try to adjust.
Maybe I'm not talking clear.
Oh, good. I fixed it.
Okay, good.
Okay, so this is the second novel where a judicial investigator, lawyers have a code of conduct. I know you think that probably sounds crazy. So do judges.
And I was pre-law. Hey, I thought I was, Pollyanna, whatever.
So, but they have offices that oversee this. If it's called different things in different states. And, but this woman, this Lucy Stoltz is her name, and she's been in one previous of his novels. And he had said in interviews, he didn't think he was done with her. And she's kind of like done with this job. Like, it's kind of like ho-hum, their low level concerns, I don't know. It's kind of, administrative stuff, I think she feels, and she's ready to move on and she's kind of stuck. And this woman comes to her and says, and this woman is like totally covert, using all these false names, and says that she has a tip about a judge and he is a serial killer.
No way.
The judge is on the bench. He's a serial killer.
Oh my gosh. And that's a really good idea.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing story. And you can't believe the twists and turns that it takes. And I could not stop reading it, and it was fantastic.
So what do you think the judge, the serial killer judge, what actor do you think is going to play him?
Okay, wait. So he's really fit. He's oh gosh. Oh, I should have thought of this in advance.
Because we have Tom Cruise, young Tom Cruise in The Firm.
No.
I said we have him in The Firm, and then we have Matthew McConaughey and whatever that other movie was, John Grisham movie.
What was your favorite John Grisham movie? Movie, not book.
Probably The Firm.
That was really good.
Yeah.
And I thought Tom Cruise was great in that, actually.
Yeah.
I watched that, I think, while I was going to law school. Like, I thought that was.
Oh, that's funny.
So
how old is the guy?
Actor, but I'm going to get back to you later, and so you can put.
It was no, it wasn't that. Sorry, the sound editor was saying Lincoln Lawyer, but that wasn't. That's Connell.
That's McConaughey.
It was the one where Susan Sarandon was in it too, you know, and the young kid was the.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
And book. Oops, I lost you. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. That was a good one. But so back to this one.
I can't think of who would play it.
Yeah, Time to Kill. That's what it was.
Time to Kill. That was good.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. This should definitely be made into a movie. No question. I cannot think of who, because I'm not good at that right now. But anyway, I would say that if you are stuck for a Christmas gift, in all sincerity, this is a really good book to give to somebody who has read, but maybe is, like, I just think it's a really safe gift.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it is really good.
Yep. I want to read it now.
It's fantastic. And I really love this Lucy character, because she's not only is she kind of stuck in her career, but she's kind of stuck in her relationship too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we in? Are we out? What are we doing? Like, I'm stuck in my life. Like, she's just literally kind of having a mini, not midlife crisis, but just a mini, I'm stuck in my career kind of thing.
Right.
And I think a lot of people can identify with that, especially lately,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Anyway, that's John Grisham, The Judge's List. And I thought it was great. And I read it in about, look at, I have flagged things. I read it in about a day and a half.
Wow. Yeah. Very good.
I committed.
You are committed.
Okay. So I know you did not read yours in a day and a half.
No, it's a big one. And I would read a lot, I read a lot in the middle of the night.
I know you do.
Yeah. And I have a little one flagged, but I try not to put too many flags in there, and just in case we wanted to talk about it today. But
okay, wait, now tell us about your wine and your food first.
Okay. So my wine is Josh Prosecco. Ooh, so nice. It's a little bubbly, and the reason why I mark this is because in the story, and there's not a lot of wine and food stuff going on in this story, but they had one scene where, like, one of the kind of like mafioso kind of guys was having, a big meal. And so I just had to mark it because it was one of the characters came up and said, Chompers, Moat and Chandon. And it was Champagne, Moet, and Chandon, right? But they were like, it's expensive and we're drinking it and it's bubbly and whatever. Well, of course, I can't afford Moet and Chandon. I'm not, mafioso.
Our podcast is not making that much money.
Yeah. So I got the Josh Prosecco because it looked good. And actually, it tastes delicious.
Really?
Delicious. It's bubbly. It's not too sweet, not too dry. Perfect. And so that's my Moet and Chandon. I know. And New Year's is coming up, so that would be a good one for that. It's Prosecco. I always like a Prosecco. I don't know.
My dad loves a Prosecco. I mean, every holiday we start with Prosecco and cranberries in them. We had toast. I just don't. It's not my favorite.
It's tasty.
Is it good?
Yeah, it is.
Right.
And so when they had their meal, it was like, Chateaubriand and baked Alaska, and we're not doing that at our book club.
Alaska for you.
But I noticed that this particular wine, they said that, it's so it's green apple, pear, and citrus with a touch of sweetness.
Oh yeah,
it is really good.
Notes. Sorry, shoot.
Yeah, no, that's okay. And but this, they said enjoy it with potato chips, which
that's so perfect for you because you love potato chip.
Yep, that's my MSMR. Anyway, so we have potato chips, and then one of the things was eggs Benedict. But in the book, one of the characters makes huevos rancheros.
Oh, love.
Have you had it? Because I've never have. So I looked up a recipe.
Oh,
and I'm gonna have it on our website, you know, with these show notes, and I'm gonna make it tonight and take a picture of it because.
Good for you.
Yum, yum. I got all the ingredients.
I think that's right up your alley. I think you're going to love that.
I know. And guess what? The base is a corn tortilla.
Oh, my God.
See? That's why I was telling you. You know, I almost went with tacos, and then I was like, no.
Really? Almost went with tacos? That's so crazy.
I know, because one of the scenes, there's like a taco truck.
Yeah. I think you're going to love huevos rancheros. I think I
am too.
Eggs.
I know. Yeah. I do. Yep. So, but if you want to order, you know, do other things, you know, potato chips, prosciutto with melon is good, whatever. But whatever at your book club. So, anyway, that's the Food and Wine.
Love it. Okay, so tell us about the book.
Okay. So, as you know, Stephen King is one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're talking high school.
Right. Forever.
Sitting on the couch, making sure all the windows are locked so no vampires are coming in or anything like that. I'm not going to look so they can't fool me. Mm-hmm. And I love The Stand.
Was that the first one you read of his?
No, but it came out while I was reading his. I don't remember because I read a bunch of them.
Yeah. Around
that time. But The Stand definitely stood out because it was, you know, it's an epic, another big one. And it was just like, oh my gosh, you know, there was a pandemic, you know, that was, it was like, oh, this could never happen, but what if it did, blah, 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 good versus bad. And so it's always stuck with me. It's always been one of my favorites. And then I read Billy Summers. Nope, we're during a pandemic, you know, but in Billy Summers, it is still the good versus bad kind of theme that King has in a lot of his books, you know. So I found that really enjoyable. There's lots of subplots going every which way. But the main character, Billy Summers, is a assassin.
Oh.
Yes. But he only takes jobs where he kills bad people.
Well, I mean, he has standards.
Yes. Yes. But like he's former military. In this book, you kind of find out like what led him to this path. And he's a very sympathetic character, you know, like, you don't know why, because he's an assassin, but at the same time, he has principles.
Okay, I need to read this because this is what Stephen King can do. He can make an assassin sympathetic.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. And so he, you know, and so then and there's so many subtleties with all the subplots and all what's going on. And he starts writing as part of his cover. So he becomes like a writer, this assassin. And so you learn about his past that way. And it's just a really, really good book. And you will think about it for a while because it's got so many different, like The Stand, you know, so many different subplots and everything else. So it was a good book, and I didn't want to stop reading it, even though I was like, okay, I got to read something else in the meantime. No, I wanted to keep reading it. So
Wow.
it's definitely, and it's not paranormal kind of things or anything.
Yeah. It's just
there's a little nod to The Shining in there.
Really?
The hotel. Yeah. But otherwise, it's, it's one of those makes you think kind of books, but also what's going to happen kind of books. So it's a thinking man's thriller.
Wow, that's a great tagline.
I know.
Or woman's.
We should tell him.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But anyway, I think it also is a really good book for, a gift for people that like thrillers. Everybody, I think, loves Stephen King, but you never know. But
I have never met anybody who doesn't like Stephen King.
The cover matches my shirt today.
You are looking so good tonight.
I know. So it's got the red and the black. Or is that you? Who knows? Red and black from my shirt, red and black from the cover.
Okay, I wear black every day, but mine matches me too.
Yes, it does. Because it's the blue of your eyes and the black of the cover. Yes. Love it. Love it. Yes.
Okay, so we are going to include the recipes that we mentioned today. I've actually made mine before. Christy will try hers and share in the blog how she does.
For dinner tonight.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. That's gonna be great.
Yes. And so we just want to thank everybody for joining us today in our GOBrecs book club.
Yes.
And it was fun. If you
want to win a copy of these books, we are doing a giveaway. You can enter on our website at gameofbookspodcast.com. Or what really would be smart is to follow us on our social media, because then you find out, but also sign up for our newsletter, because then you get first dibs at all of our we do 2 book giveaways every month. And so you get first dibs. So
yes. And we put recipes in there.
And you are not alone. We have got thousands of friends following us on our newsletter for that same purpose. We want to talk about all of our quirks and conversations episodes. So join in. You can get on the newsletter at GameOfPodcast.
Yeah, tell your friends. Woohoo! Yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for today's episode of GOB with Christy and Kathy. So we could say it very MSMR. GOB with
Have you been listening to that? Like that's on your mind.
I don't know. I love it. Anyway, we have new episodes every Friday. So cheers.